How's the atmosphere in the camp? Stephen, massive game tomorrow.
Yeah, brilliant. Boys know they've been playing very well. Some really good performances, and they need to keep that going for Saturday.
Well, how are you approaching it in terms of the message to the players? Because you've achieved so much here in the 3-4 years since you've been at the club, but this is something different entirely.
Yeah, we're treating it as a normal game. Our preparation is exactly the same. All the stuff we do in a build up to any week or any game will be exactly the same. And that's the way it has to be. It's an occasion that the fans enjoy. It's for me, the players have to concentrate, treat it as a normal game, and you get the end product by winning, and then it becomes a really big day. But first and foremost, do what you're good at, play with absolutely no fear, and go and enjoy playing at Hampden and getting the end product.
Do you feel that in terms of what is realistic for St Mirren to achieve, this is the last kind of box you need to tick, a big game at Hampden and possibly going on to win silverware?
Yeah, certainly it's an opportunity. I've alluded to it before, and the likelihood of a St Mirren or Motherwell winning the league is very, very difficult. But certainly there's opportunity in cup competitions. If you get good draws, you get a little bit of luck, and both teams will feel that this is the draw they potentially wanted to get to the final. And as I say, it gives us both a very good opportunity.
Do you believe you can win this competition?
I believe we'll take it one game at a time. We win this one and then we see where we are. I don't think you should ever get too far ahead of yourself in terms of ambitions. I think deal with what's in front of you, and certainly we go into the game very confident. I believe we've played really, really well in the last 3 games without perhaps getting the amount of points we deserved, and if we continue with that kind of performance, then I go into the game very confident.
Is it hard though not to start thinking about that trophy, because you're going to be walking out of hand and you know that you're 180 minutes away from winning silverware? Is it hard to just focus on one game at a time when you get to this stage?
No, I don't think so. We're all professional, the players are professional. You have to address what's in front of you, or you don't see the final, you don't get that experience. So yeah, it's a brilliant occasion at Hampden, no matter what, semi-final or not. And you have to go and embrace that and enjoy it, knowing that if you do win, you get an opportunity to come back again. So you have to deal with the here and now, which is Motherwell, and it's a difficult task.
Stephen, a few of the people that I've heard talking about the game, whether it's podcasts or reading articles, are kind of building it up as Motherwell's silky football against St Mirren's land of the giants physical approach. Do you take exception to that and feel that you guys can play your football as well?
The people that talk like that watch 2 games a season. We're a very good football team. As far as it were, I don't think there's any rules in football that you're allowed to play people over 6 foot. I've not been told that yet. Our players that are over 6 foot are really poor in the air, and I wouldn't call them physical. It actually makes me laugh when I hear that. They're very good footballers, very good technically. So listen, people are entitled to that. When you beat teams, when you cause teams problems as Little St Mirren, there has to be a reason. You can't just be a good team. You have to be physical, you have to be dirty, you have to be hammer throwers. So we just laugh.
And Motherwell manager has been talking about how they've been practicing penalties a lot. Is that something that obviously you'll have taken into consideration as well?
No chance. We haven't practiced one penalty and we've scored 10 out of 10. So we won't be practicing any penalties. I don't think you can. I've been to the European Championships with Northern Ireland where penalties were obviously going to come into at some stage in the final stages of the competition. And I've seen it done every way. I've seen it done raising your heart rate. I've seen it done in the middle of training. I've seen it during games. Nothing replicates the pressure you're under. Nothing replicates that decision making at the actual moment. So it's something that on the day people feel very confident about, and we've shown that we can do that. We've shown we can deal with that occasion. We've got a fantastic goalkeeper that we feel will save a penalty if we do our job with the penalties. But hopefully it doesn't get that far.
You've been successful in semis before, Stephen. What do you recall about them?
One, I was sitting in the stand after getting sent off when we beat Rangers, I believe. So I recall Louis Malt's goal from, I think it was 25 yards, he lobbed the goalkeeper. And Aberdeen we beat 3-0 in the semi-final, so that's probably a most enjoyable game because it was comfortable. You were able to enjoy the last 5 minutes of the game. But yeah, I remember the celebration with the fans, the delight of the players for all their hard work, and then obviously, as you said in the previous questions, then you have the chance to look forward to a final. But listen, different occasion, different players, different teams. So it's important we just address this and be the best version of ourselves.
Why did you get sent off?
I don't know. I must have disagreed with a refereeing decision or something, I would imagine.
Can you ever enjoy these games?
I say It's for the fans. Games like this are for the fans. They enjoy the occasion, they enjoy the build up to it. It's a day out at Hampden, which doesn't come that often if you're a St Mirren fan or a Motherwell fan. For a manager, it's just business as usual. You know, you have to get everybody prepared. You can't get too involved in the hype. You can't get too involved in the emotions. It's, you know, you've got to keep your emotions in check. Play the game that's in front of you, and win the game. Simply, that's, you know, it doesn't matter how you win it. Win the game.
I was just going to say, it's a kind of by any means necessary. No one remembers semi-finals. Almost, it's just all about the final.
Yeah, you know, people say, oh, we've had a really good cup run so far, but in 2 years' time, nobody will remember that. So I believe this group of players have given the fans so much. They've raised the profile of this football club. They've defied the odds. You know, nobody knows what you work in, day out. We've changed the whole perception of this football club as a top 6 football club, and we're not a top 6 infrastructure or staffing. We don't have that yet. What we have is quality. We have low numbers and real quality, and I'd like them just to finish that off, to achieve something that could be memorable. To do that, you have to gain this first hurdle and get over the semi-final to give yourself that opportunity.
You could have been getting into this game with 3 points rather than on the back of 1, given that contentious call on Wednesday night. Have you had any feedback on the back of the offside goal?
I want to treat the decision with the contempt it deserves. I want to concentrate on how good we were. We were excellent. We were really, really good. Decisions have gone against us in the last 3 games, but the more I give to them decisions, the more referees dominate the conversation. I want my players to dominate the conversation. I want them to be recognised for how good they are. And silly loose comments from people that don't really watch football or are making excuses for their own performances. I just want to concentrate on how good the players are and how good they've been for this football club. And as I say, not put too much attention on the decisions that everybody in the stadium can see were wrong.
We spoke to Mark O'Hara earlier. He's not played at Hampden before in his career. What kind of advice do you give to your captain? What kind of wisdom do you give him going into a game like this if he's not experienced that before?
Yeah, Mark's experienced many big games, but you know, he's played in Europe. He's been the captain of the football club. You know, Alex Gogic, 50 international caps. Richard King, 30 international caps. We've got decent enough experience in there. It's just a game of football. It's just a game of football. You know, we're just going to enjoy it, go and play, go and be St Mirren. I like the fact people say we're really hard to play against and really organised, because I think in management that's probably what you're meant to do. So go and show everybody how good you are. It's a chance to put a performance on, it's a chance to win the game, and play with absolutely no fear.
I think you're taking 8,000 plus fans to Hampden tomorrow. What does it mean to you to give them that day out, given how much they've backed you, and what would it mean to you to give them a final too? Yeah, that's ultimately the goal. You know, whatever means possible, you try and get to that final to give them a real day out to enjoy. And of course, everyone will enjoy. People that their families over, and you know, it becomes as I say, a special occasion for the families and fans. For us, it's total focus on the end product.
How's your squad?
We got a couple of doubts. Miguel Freckleton's a big doubt from the other day, so he'll be very much a last minute decision. Other than that, I think everybody's come through relatively unscathed.
Miguel's been huge for you so far this season. That'd be quite the loss for you on Saturday if he's not available.
Yeah, it would be. So we're hoping he makes it, but as I say, with a turnaround in games, and the wisdom to put a midweek game in just before the semi-final as well, then you know, obviously it puts a little bit of pressure on the squads, both squads, Motherwell included, of course. People go off with injuries as well, so we'll just have to see how it is, and if not, somebody's misfortune allows somebody else to have an opportunity.